Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we are uncovering the fascinating story behind the United States of America state quarter dollar from Kentucky, released in the year 2001. This coin may look familiar, but hidden within its details is a story of rarity, history, and jaw-dropping value that most people completely overlook. The Kentucky state quarter was issued as part of the famous 50 state quarters program, one of the most successful coin programs in U.S. history. When this coin entered circulation in 2001, millions of Americans used it daily without giving it a second thought. But what many didn't realize is that this quarter represents the 15th state to join the Union, and its design proudly reflects Kentucky's deep roots in American heritage, frontier spirit, and cultural identity. But on the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a powerful and symbolic image. At the center is a stately thoroughbred horse, representing Kentucky's world-famous horse racing tradition. Behind the horse is the historic Federal Hill Mansion, famously known as My Old Kentucky Home. This design perfectly captures the pride, tradition, and history of the bluegrass state. For collectors, this artistic and meaningful design already makes the coin special, but the real excitement lies far beyond the surface. The obverse side features the familiar portrait of George Washington, but certain Kentucky quarters from this year show subtle, yet critical differences that separate ordinary coins from extraordinary ones. While billions of quarters were minted under the state quarters program, only a tiny number of Kentucky 2001 quarters possess rare minting characteristics that drive collectors wild. Now let's talk about rarity, because this is where things get serious. Most Kentucky quarters were heavily circulated, scratched, worn, and damaged over time. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is already difficult. But the coins that truly stand out are those with verified minting errors. These errors occurred during the production process and were never meant to exist, making them incredibly desirable. Some Kentucky quarters from 2001 show off center strikes, where the design is misaligned. Others display double die errors, where parts of the design or lettering appear doubled due to a misalignment in the die during minting. There are also examples with die cracks, cut errors, and planchet flaws that create unusual shapes or raised metal on the coin. To an untrained eye, these might look like imperfections, but to a serious collector, they are pure gold. Another factor that dramatically increases the value of this coin is its mint condition combined with professional grading. Coins that have been authenticated and graded at the highest levels by trusted grading services are extremely rare. A flawless surface, sharp details, original luster, and a confirmed error can push this quarter into a completely different category of collectability. Collectors love this coin not only because of its errors, but because it represents a perfect storm of history, design, condition, and scarcity. It comes from a beloved U.S. coin series, carries strong patriotic symbolism, and has varieties that are still being discovered today. That mystery is what makes collectors constantly search their change, hoping to find that one extraordinary piece. So, if you have old quarters lying around, especially from the early 2000s, this is your sign to check them carefully. Look closely at the details, examine the edges, and don't ignore anything that seems unusual. That small difference could mean everything. And now, for the moment that makes this coin legendary among collectors. A 2001 Kentucky state quarter dollar, with a rare mint error, preserved in exceptional condition and properly authenticated, has reached an astonishing value of $92,000. Top 2, we are diving into the United States of America state quarter dollar from Massachusetts, released in the year 2000. This coin may look ordinary at first glance, but hidden within it is a combination of history, rarity, and minting mysteries that have turned certain examples into collector legends. Listen carefully, because this is one coin you will never look at the same way again. The Massachusetts state quarter holds a very special place in American numismatic history. It was one of the very first coins released under the iconic 50 state quarters program, a program that captured the attention of millions across the country. Massachusetts, Being one of the original 13 colonies and the sixth state to join the Union, carries immense historical weight. When this quarter entered circulation in 2000, it symbolized the beginning of a new era in modern U.S. coin collecting. The design alone makes this coin unforgettable. On the reverse side, you'll see the famous image of the Minuteman, standing proudly with a musket in hand. This figure represents the colonial militia members who were ready at a moment's notice to defend freedom during the American Revolutionary War. Behind him lies the outline of the state of Massachusetts, reinforcing the state's role as a birthplace of American independence. The simple yet powerful design instantly connects the coin to themes of courage, sacrifice, and liberty. On the front side, the familiar portrait of George Washington appears, but as many collectors know, not all Washington quarters are created equal. Certain Massachusetts quarters from 2000 show subtle differences that separate common circulation coins from extremely rare collectibles. These differences were never meant to exist, and that is exactly what makes them so valuable. Now let's talk about what truly excites collectors: rarity and minting errors. Although millions of Massachusetts quarters were produced, only a very small number escaped the mint with significant errors. Some examples display double die errors, where lettering or design elements appear doubled due to misalignment during the die creation process. Others show off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or die cracks that create raised lines or unusual textures on the surface of the coin. There are also Massachusetts quarters known for weak strikes or missing details in specific areas, especially around the Minuteman's features. While weak strikes are often dismissed, certain types combined with pristine condition can dramatically increase collector interest. Coins struck on flawed planchets or with incorrect metal thickness are even rarer and can send collectors into a frenzy. Condition plays a massive role in value. Most Massachusetts quarters were used in everyday transactions, quickly picking up scratches, wear, and damage. Finding one in true uncirculated condition, with full original luster and sharp details, is already challenging. But when you combine that level of preservation with a confirmed mint error and professional grading, the coin becomes something truly extraordinary. Collectors love this quarter not only for its errors, but because it represents the very beginning of a historic coin program. It carries patriotic symbolism, deep historical roots, and the thrill of the hunt. Even today, collectors continue to examine rolls, old collections, and forgotten jars of change, hoping to uncover a rare Massachusetts quarter hiding in plain sight. This coin teaches an important lesson to every coin lover: never underestimate modern coins. Rarity isn't always about age. Sometimes it's about timing, condition, and a tiny mistake that transforms an ordinary coin into a priceless artifact. So, if you have quarters from the early 2000s, especially from Massachusetts, take a closer look. Study the details, check for doubling, cracks, or anything that feels out of place. That small difference could be the key to an incredible discovery. And now, for the moment that makes this coin truly legendary. A 2000 Massachusetts state quarter dollar, featuring a rare mint error, preserved in exceptional condition and authenticated by professionals, has reached an astonishing value of $88,000. Top 3. We are uncovering the hidden secrets of the United States of America state quarter dollar from New York, released in the year 2001. This is a coin many people have seen and spent, yet very few truly understand its potential. Listen closely and enjoy every detail, because this quarter has stunned collectors around the world. The New York State Quarter was issued as part of the famous 50 State Quarters program, a project that changed modern coin collecting forever. When the New York Quarter entered circulation in 2001, it represented the 11th state to be honored in the series. New York is often called the Empire State, and its influence on American history, culture, and economy is unmatched. This coin reflects that importance, making it a favorite among both casual collectors and serious numismatists. The reverse design of the New York Quarter is bold and meaningful. At the center, you'll see the outline of New York State, with the iconic Statue of Liberty standing proudly within it. The words "Gateway to Freedom" appear across the design, symbolizing New York's historic role as a place of opportunity and hope for millions of immigrants. This powerful imagery connects the coin to themes of liberty, ambition, and the American dream, giving it strong emotional and historical appeal that on the obverse side. The familiar portrait of George Washington appears, but experienced collectors know that the real value often lies in the smallest details. While millions of New York quarters were minted, only a tiny fraction possess rare characteristics that elevate them from everyday currency to highly prized collectibles. Rarity is the key factor that makes certain New York quarters so valuable. Most of these coins were heavily circulated, exposed to scratches, wear, and damage over time. Finding one in truly uncirculated condition, with sharp details and original mint luster, is already difficult. But the coins that attract the most attention are those with unusual minting errors. Some New York quarters from 2001 show double die errors, where letters or parts of the design appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die-making process. Others display off-center strikes, causing the design to shift noticeably away from its normal position. There are also examples with die cracks, raised lines, or missing details, especially around the Statue of Liberty or the lettering. These errors were never intended, and that makes them incredibly desirable. Another rare category includes coins struck on flawed planchets. These can show uneven surfaces, metal defects, or unusual textures that immediately catch a collector's eye. In some cases, the strike may be weak in certain areas, creating an unusual contrast that adds to the coin's uniqueness. When these features are combined with excellent preservation, the value can increase dramatically. Professional grading plays a crucial role in determining worth. Coins that have been authenticated and graded at the highest levels are extremely scarce. A New York quarter with a confirmed error, pristine condition, and top-grade certification becomes a trophy piece for advanced collectors. These are the coins that appear in auctions, collections, and conversations that excite the numismatic community. What makes this coin even more fascinating is that new varieties are still being discovered. Collectors continue to search through old rolls, inherited collections, and forgotten jars of change, hoping to find something extraordinary. The thrill of discovery is what keeps coin lovers searching, knowing that history and value can hide in the most ordinary places. This coin reminds us that rarity is not always about age. Sometimes it's about a moment in time, a small mistake, and the right conditions coming together to create something truly special. That's why every coin deserves a second look. So if you have New York quarters from the early 2000s, take a closer look. Examine the lettering, study the details, and watch for anything unusual. That small difference could lead to an incredible discovery. And now, for the moment every collector waits for. A 2001 New York State quarter dollar, featuring a rare mint error, preserved in exceptional condition and professionally authenticated, has reached a remarkable value of $85,000. Top for we're uncovering the hidden value behind a coin that many people have held in their hands without realizing its true potential. We are talking about the United States of America State quarter dollar from Louisiana, released in the year 2002. This quarter is rich in symbolism, history, and rare possibilities that have made certain examples incredibly valuable in the world of coin collecting. The Louisiana State Quarter was issued as part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program, a series that transformed modern coin collecting and brought history into everyday pockets. Louisiana became the 18th state honored in the program, and its design reflects the deep cultural, musical, and historical roots that make the state truly unique. When this quarter entered circulation, it quietly became a tribute to Louisiana's role in shaping America's identity. The reverse side of the coin is packed with meaning. At the center stands the brown pelican, Louisiana's state bird, symbolizing resilience and care. Behind the pelican is a musical trumpet, representing the birthplace of jazz and the powerful influence Louisiana has had on American music. Just below, the outline of the Louisiana Purchase appears, reminding us of one of the most important land acquisitions in U.S. history. Together, these elements tell a story of culture, survival, and national growth, making the coin instantly appealing to collectors on the obverse side. The familiar portrait of George Washington appears, but seasoned collectors know that this is where careful inspection begins. While millions of Louisiana quarters were minted, not all of them are the same. Hidden among ordinary circulation coins are rare examples with unique characteristics that dramatically increase their desirability. Rarity is what turns an everyday quarter into a collector's dream. Most Louisiana quarters from 2002 were used heavily in daily transactions, leading to scratches, worn details, and loss of original shine. Finding one in true uncirculated condition, with sharp design elements and full mint luster, is already challenging. But the real excitement begins when minting errors enter the picture. Some Louisiana quarters display double die errors, where parts of the lettering or design appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Others show off-center strikes, causing the design to shift away from its normal position. There are also examples with die cracks, raised lines, or metal flow errors that create unusual textures across the surface of the coin. These mistakes were never meant to leave the mint, which is exactly why collectors value them so highly. Another rare and fascinating category includes coins struck on flawed planchets. These may show uneven surfaces, missing details, or unusual weight and thickness. In some cases, weak strikes can leave parts of the pelican or trumpet looking faint, creating a distinctive appearance that sets the coin apart. When these features are combined with excellent preservation, the value can increase dramatically. Professional grading plays a crucial role in identifying truly exceptional coins. Louisiana quarters that have been authenticated and graded at the highest levels are extremely scarce. A coin with a confirmed mint error, flawless surfaces, and strong eye appeal becomes a trophy piece for advanced collectors. These are the coins that generate excitement at auctions and spark conversations across the numismatic community. What makes this coin even more exciting is the thrill of discovery. Collectors continue to search through old coin rolls, inherited collections, and forgotten jars of change, hoping to uncover something special. The Louisiana quarter reminds us that rarity isn't always about age. Sometimes it's about a small mistake, perfect timing, and the right set of conditions coming together. So, if you have quarters from the early 2000s, especially from Louisiana, take a closer look. Examine the details carefully, watch for doubling, cracks, or anything unusual. That small difference could lead to an incredible find. And now, for the moment every collector waits for. A 2002 Louisiana State quarter dollar, featuring a rare mint error, preserved in exceptional condition and professionally authenticated, has reached a remarkable value of $83,000. Top 5, we're exploring a coin that many people have used without a second thought. We're talking about the United States of America State quarter dollar from Kansas, released in the year 2005. This coin may seem ordinary, but certain examples have stunned collectors and become legendary in modern numismatics. The Kansas State Quarter was released as part of the famous 50 State Quarters program, a series that brought American history into millions of homes. Kansas was honored as the 34th state in the program, and its quarter reflects the spirit of the American Midwest. When this coin entered circulation, it quietly joined wallets and cash registers across the nation. But hidden among those ordinary quarters were rare pieces destined to become collector dreams. The reverse design of the Kansas quarter is both simple and symbolic. It features a powerful American bison standing proudly on open land, with a sunflower rising behind it. The bison represents strength, endurance, and the vast plains that define Kansas, while the sunflower, the state flower, symbolizes resilience and warmth. This design captures the heart of Kansas perfectly and gives the coin strong visual appeal for collectors. At first glance, the front of the coin appears standard, with George Washington's familiar portrait. But experienced collectors know that value often hides in the smallest details. While millions of Kansas quarters were minted, a very small number left the mint with unusual characteristics that transformed them from common coins into rare collectibles. Rarity is the foundation of this coin's appeal. Most Kansas quarters from 2005 were heavily circulated, exposed to scratches, worn edges, and faded details. Finding one in true uncirculated condition, with sharp lines and original mint luster, is already difficult. But the coins that truly excite collectors are those with minting errors. Some Kansas quarters are famous for dramatic errors that immediately catch the eye. There are examples with double die errors, where parts of the lettering or design appear doubled due to misalignment during the die-making process. Others show off-center strikes, where the design is noticeably shifted from its normal position. These errors were never intended to exist, making them incredibly desirable. Another fascinating category includes coins struck with die cracks or die breaks. These appear as raised lines or unusual shapes across the surface of the coin, sometimes running through the bison or sunflower. There are also Kansas quarters with planchet errors, where the metal blank was flawed before striking, leading to uneven surfaces, missing details, or abnormal thickness. To collectors, these imperfections are signs of rarity and uniqueness. One of the most talked about aspects of the Kansas quarter is how easily these rare errors can be overlooked. Many people mistake them for damage or wear and spin them without realizing their importance. But to a trained eye, these details tell a story of the minting process and a moment when something went slightly wrong, creating a one-of-a-kind piece of history. Condition plays a massive role in determining value. A Kansas quarter with a rare error, preserved in pristine condition, and showing strong eye appeal becomes extremely valuable. Coins that have been professionally authenticated and graded at the highest levels are especially scarce. These are the pieces that appear in major collections and generate excitement at auctions. Collectors love this coin not only for its errors, but also for its symbolism and timing. It comes from a modern series that many people still have access to, which makes the hunt even more thrilling. Every jar of change, every roll of quarters, carries the possibility of discovery. That sense of excitement is what keeps coin lovers searching. The Kansas quarter reminds us that rarity isn't always about age. Sometimes it's about a small mistake, combined with excellent condition and the right moment in history. This coin proves that even modern currency can hold extraordinary value if you know what to look for. So, if you have quarters from the mid-2000s, especially from Kansas, take a closer look. Examine the bison, the lettering, and the edges. Look for doubling, cracks, or anything unusual. That tiny detail could make a huge difference. And now, for the moment that truly captures collectors' attention. A 2005 Kansas State quarter dollar, featuring a rare mint error, preserved in exceptional condition and professionally authenticated, has reached an astonishing value of $80,000. If you enjoyed this journey into one of America's most surprising modern coin treasures, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Keep searching, stay curious, and remember, the next great discovery might already be in your pocket.